What time is it, Mike?
Game time.
Listening to the Sports Nutz.
Man, I don't know about you guys, but every time I hear that introduction, I get kind of like amped up about it. It's a good introduction, man. I want to say welcome to another great episode of, yep, you guessed it, the Sports Nutz, the greatest sports talk show there is, in our opinion. What a great week we've had so far, and we hope you guys have also had a great week. I want to give a special shout out. Can't talk much. I want to give a special shout out to 95.5 KFCE in Terrell, Texas, and everybody else listening. Also on TigerNation.live, which airs in Texas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, and everyone else who tunes in around the entire United States, as well as now 38 other countries that we air in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Oh man, like this has been a week already, and it's only Wednesday. But look who's sitting beside me. Pensman, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Good. Busy. Work is busy. So sorry for not being on, but when work calls and I'm late, there's nothing I can do. So if you guys miss me on a show, you know what's going on.
Yeah, he's a busy bee. Sometimes I kid you not, he's driving 4 hours just for a job and then driving 4 hours back. So just imagine the wear and tear that's going to put on anybody, let alone somebody who has to work for 8 hours and after driving 4 hours to work 8 hours, they have to drive another 4 hours home. They flat out beat. My man sitting below me, though, Brian Pettit. Man, we're making this a regular occurrence of Brian Pettit. What's going on, Brian?
Nothing much. Just another day in the office, another day at work too. So,
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
That's right, exactly. But I had a 2-day vacation this week, but I got a lot of things done. I went to the dump about 4 times yesterday, so I got a lot of stuff thrown away.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh man, ouch. Yes, our guy Shane will be here in just a little bit. He is running a little bit late. I don't know if Matt has to work. Guys, he is in charge of a pretty big company. So, Pins, make sure you limit that comment, please. Okay, or whomever, Brian, remove that comment, please.
10-4.
Thank you.
And I can't, guys, for some reason.
Yeah, it says it's only through you. So, Brian, you have to remove that comment. Okay.
I will.
All right, guys, we have a lot to talk about. So excited about this, and I cannot wait. So, what do we talk about today, guys? I'm so glad you asked. The USA team, all team sports, they're starting to rule the roost in the Olympics. We'll talk a little about some of the stories that are turning heads. Unfortunately, one of them absolutely is devastating because it ended their career. We'll talk about that in just a little bit and what the updated medal counts are. All right, so I didn't post this picture, but I'm going to actually show you guys right now. Maybe. All right, there. Maybe. All right, so it does say report, and there's Adam Silver, as you guys saw in there. What is this we're talking about? Well, it is officially official. There will be voting that takes place this summer. That we'll see, most likely we'll see Vegas and Seattle be awarded NBA franchise, which means the next 2 seasons they will get going. We'll talk a little bit about that one as well. And guys, it is Wednesday, MLB Talk. We talk about this every Wednesday. We talk about the divisions and we give our expert advice and picks. Well, today, as you guys know, we've covered a lot. Well, this time we're talking about the AL Central. If you don't know what the AL Central is, that's the Cleveland Guardians, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oh my goodness, Brandon, can we talk? Minnesota Twins, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Royals, stop laughing at me, and Chicago White Sox. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you our overall record for each team, who most likely will win the division, what seeding do they get in the playoffs, and we will tell you also what we think which team or teams will get in to the playoffs. Could they win the AL pennant? And even better, could they win the World Series from this division? We'll talk about that in a little bit. Shane, if he jumps on, should have a sports story. Maybe Matt, but don't worry, we have plenty, because Mike actually has a really good sports story. Guys, we just told you the Olympics are getting going. Mike is going to go in depth about hockey because, yes, the men's started today. Can I get an amen on that? Oh, so excited. And then also, guys, we have our favorite segment, which is the honorable mentions, where we talk about 1 to 3 stories in sports that usually the mainstream doesn't cover enough about. So that and a whole lot more, but we also have you, the most interactive fans ever. Real quick, want to let everybody know also, as you heard us to start the show, leading comment, this is a G-rated show, so please refrain from using that sort of conversations. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for everything you guys do. Greatly appreciate you popping in. All right, so let's talk about it, guys. The USA team and all.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I do one thing before we get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to give a big shout out to Brian he had over 1,000 people in the Super Bowl stream on Super Bowl Sunday. So it's a huge shout out to Brian. Good performance, good show. So we just want to give a good performance. Yeah. So
absolutely.
If you guys missed it, if you guys missed Brian's show, you missed a doozy.
You can still go back and look at though on his YouTube channel. It was actually really good. I was really impressed with it. And one heck of a game indeed. Oh man, I still kind of shed a little bit of a tear because the NFL season's done. I'm like, that's not fair. All right. So the USA team in all Olympic sports so far has really started turning heads in the right way. Now, unfortunately, y'all, we did see a absolute horrific crash happen with Lindsey Vonn. It is career ending. She had a compound fracture on her tibia. And then also, she had already a couple of days before she had torn her ACL. Well, they did repair, they set her leg with a rod. But she was supposed to be flying back to the United States in the next day or so to have ACL reconstruction. It was confirmed that her career is done. She was going to hang it up anyways, but this just kind of put icing on the cake. And it's hard ways to see some, notable athletes go out and like that. Well, did you guys happen to see today what the snowboarder did for America?
No,
so
I have no idea.
2 days ago, she separated her shoulder, completely separated it. And she came and she competed today, and she won silver medal. Like, insane that she did that. But what's up, Shane?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing this evening?
Good, man. So we're just talking about we're talking about the Olympics, and unfortunately, Lindsey Vonn did make it official. She is hanging it up. She had a compound fracture in her tibia. She had surgery. They set it with a rod, and the recovery time just alone with just doing that is 12 to 18 months. But then she is supposed to go back to US in the next day or so to have ACL reconstruction. And that'll be another 9 to 12 months on top of that. Excuse me for a second. I like it. It looks beautiful. My wife was trying on a beautiful dress, and she just looks extra stunning as usual. And then we're talking about the snowboarder. She separated her shoulder 2 days ago, and then she won silver medal today. Like, that's insane to think that is possible. But my question I'm going to have. Go ahead.
And wasn't it the one snowboarder for Big Air? Was it a snowboarder or skier? He went down and ran the final with a broken arm.
Yes, it was the Big Air. Yeah, I saw that too. This goes to show you don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion, and those legit are champions. So my question, I'm going to start with you actually, Shane. What sport or sports have you been watching that have taken your breath away? Because there have actually been some really good ones, and Mike's over here going to laugh when I tell you it really is addictive when you watch curling. I mean, there's just something. It's a weird sport, but it is absolutely addictive. Yeah, whatever.
Well, go ahead and get your fella out, Mike, because I'm going for curling, man. It's been fun. Especially pulling for the U.S. in these matches, that they're extremely competitive. During their mix to forget what they were doing tonight that I was watching earlier. Man, that's been fun to watch. Of course, if you understand it, you'll love it in a heartbeat, Mike. But other than that, man, one that I've watched this year. That I really haven't watched too much in the past since I was younger, but figure skating's been pretty interesting this year.
Yes, we watched
I mean, dude completed a backflip on the ice.
I saw that too, and I was like, "Whoa, that was crazy!"
like
so much for the triple axel.
So Addison and I watched it. And we were like, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the luge.
Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Watch,
yeah,
man. USA, they came out, and the one I was watching earlier this evening while I was getting some house chores done. Man, they were down. The USA had like 3 of them go within the top 5.
Was it the double women's one? Is that what the one you watched?
I don't know if it was the women's or the men's.
I watched the women's, and this is the first time.
They've got helmets on.
They have a helmet on, and then they have a mask over.
This is the first time. This is the first time that you can't tell between the women and the men. You can't tell.
Well, yeah, because they're in body suits and they're like this. They're aerodynamic to say the least.
Yeah.
But man, that's just a few. But it's good to see, especially Italy's goalie was the first Italian-born player drafted to the NHL. He had a good game and a losing effort to Sweden today, but he had a real good game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of. I mean, honestly, just in general, just to see the Olympics. But Shane, I'm right there with you. That luge. And so today when we were watching it, Aspen has speech therapy. So we were having it today, and the therapist and I were watching. We're like, that's really like you legit will be glued to it because you have no clue what can happen. And it's just a matter of like a millisecond that can cause absolute chaos. An example, one of the racers today, I think it was actually Switzerland. She leaned just a little extra and it crashed. And they bounced, and then they ended up finishing like out of the top 10. Thank goodness they have double runs. They have another one coming up to this one. We start we'll determine who gets medals.
I thought it was a USA skater or a skier.
Yeah.
No, it was someone in Sweden. Sweden. Okay. Switzerland.
Brandon, did you see how fast they're going though when they're coming down?
Yes,
I would be scared.
In the doubles,
like laying backwards.
75.
So the American one, Shane, they topped out. They were the first ones to go. They had a record, and they hit 84.6 miles per hour. It's a record. Think about that for a second. You have nothing guarding, and you're going 84 miles an hour. You wipe out, that bad boy is going to hurt.
Oh yeah, and you got somebody laying on top of you.
Yeah, they were going really fast. But I want to tag along also. Addison and I. So today, Addison had her class Valentine's Day party, so she got to go a little early. And so while we came home because Cassie has to do tutoring at school on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Well, we were watching it, and both Addison and I were like, "Whoa, did he really just backflip?" And of course, the American figure skaters, the pair, the male and female, they knock off for like the absolute silliest little points, and they came in silver. I was so mad. I was like, I want them to get gold, and but I'm glad Shane mentioned that there was a lot of really fun like things to watch. Brian, what sports have you been watching most that have turned your heads?
The downhill skiers that going 90 foot something plus downhill. The ladies and the gentlemen that just get on their skis and they're just going down the hill and missing, just flying skiing.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressing me. Like how they can.
That's actually how Lindsey Vonn. Unfortunately, did you guys also see the one that happened today? The guy was.
No, I didn't see that one.
He hit the gate and hit him in his lower region, and he still finished, even with his male parts getting popped. And think about it, you're going over 80 miles an hour, and you go whap. That bad boy is definitely gonna hurt.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What about you, Pensman? I know you've been watching hockey. I know you're my hockey guy, but what else have you been watching besides hockey that have made you sit there and say, man, this is actually some really high quality Olympic sport so far?
I want to bounce off of Shane. I will not watch curling. That is so boring. It is so
they're pretty
competitive.
It's
boring. It's no
come on now.
It's ice shuffleboard, guys.
Yes, I know.
But
I know.
Fun to watch.
It's a competitive sport.
I'm not.
Yeah, they are like legit into it.
I'm still in my house.
I'm not in retirement.
Well, Bensman, I'll sum it up for you. I was watching it and I was actually getting into it too, like Shane and all them. But here's my take on it. Curling, you got to have the right angle and you got to know where that thing is going. That little ice. And I didn't realize where all the rocks come from. That's kind of interesting when they were explaining. I can't forget where they came from, but it's kind of interesting though about where the rocks are actually come from.
So, how they're polished and everything. It's an amazing story.
You guys enjoy it, but I'm still in my prime, so I'm not ready to watch ice shuffleboard now. So
hey man, you've never been at the bar with your buddies and they got the shuffleboard out there.
It's actually really addictive.
No, when I went to the bar, I played an actual sport called pool.
Well, curling is actually pretty invested sport. People actually really are into it. They really are. I mean, I think it's really addictive. It's a strange sport, but it's like you're like,
hey, at least we agree that's strange.
Yeah, you're glued to it,
Oh yeah.
I liked it. Really good. I was really impressed. But you didn't tell us which ones have you been watching though, besides hockey, Pins?
Yeah, I know. I've been watching hockey. I've been watching skiing, snowboarding, and all that. But I like the Olympics. It's going well so far. It's a shame about Lindsay though, but I think she should have just opted out, and she wouldn't have broke her leg or whatever. But I don't know.
She has unfortunately had a lot of bad injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, she had total knee replacement. That's a long. I'm actually having that on March the 12th. It's a lot to overcome. But I mean, then she ruptured her ACL, and the fact that she was still competing. Look, I'm not going to repeat the entire thing, but that our guy Mark Livingston said because of the comment. But I mean, it really does attest to her heart of. She is the heart of the warrior. She really is.
Well, I mean, she won the gold medal.
I get that, but.
16 years ago now.
No, I get that, but if you see football players, they play with a minor injury. If they have a torn ACL, they're like, okay, I'm good. No, they sit out for 2 or 3 weeks. Just if she knew she was done, just sit out.
When she had that wipeout though, that was painful. Yeah. I mean, she had a compound fracture. She's lucky she didn't die. That's how bad of it. No, you're good, Mark. You really are good, man. I mean,
you should know
I 100% agree.
Yeah, you know better than Mark.
But I will say it was, shout out definitely to Lindsey Vonn. She had a historic career. It's a darn shame the way it's ending. But I mean, again, seriously, tip your cap to her for what she's unfortunately battled a lot of hellacious injuries as of late. But yeah, it's sad. All right, let's go to the next topic. The NBA Board of Governors is going to vote this summer on expanding the league by 2 teams. And can you guys guess the 2 cities? Start with you, Shane.
Oh yeah, well, we all kind of have alluded to this in the past that Seattle is more than likely going to be that first reach out expansion series once the NBA decides to do it. So definitely Seattle. I'm kind of looking into it and seeing where some places could go. Man, I could tell you, Norfolk. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked for a bid, just because of geography and everything and the way basketball is there in that area. But there's many places it could go, and could we see another Canadian team come into the league? And
That'd be cool about the Vancouver Grizzlies. I'd be down for that.
I mean, something in that area. But those would be just a couple of guesses of mine. For that expansion.
Both teams are favored in the West. One of them you did mention. Brian, where do you think the other team is? That, like I told you, they're both in the West, and one of them has already been mentioned. Shane mentioned one. Where do you think the other one is, Brian?
Texas, maybe?
That's Midwest.
Well, Midwest.
But the team that they're going to do is going to be it is going to be a team in the West.
Trying to think. It wouldn't be California, would it? Somewhere in California, because they got Lakers.
You're close. What do you think, Kinsman?
I want to see. I know it's probably not, but I want to see San Francisco have a team.
No,
but they got the Lakers though.
You have the Lakers. You have the Golden State Warriors.
I know that, but I'm just saying San Francisco that'd be awesome.
In theory, Golden State is San Francisco's team in theory.
Yeah.
In theory.
Bingo.
How about Iowa?
The 49ers are what, 20 miles outside
Vegas?
That's your answer right there. Las Vegas is the city.
Yeah. I was getting there.
So according to many, there's too many reports to talk about this, but it's just so many mentioned. It will be in the next 2 to 3 years. We will see the Seattle and Vegas have a team. They are voting this summer. They will be voting this summer to expand to 2. Now, there is another report that came out from Yahoo Sports that states that 4 teams are trying to bid for the bid. And Shane, I'm actually really glad you mentioned Virginia area, because Roanoke is the other potential destination.
I love Roanoke. It's like a small Asheville. It's just up in the mountains, but down in the valley. Where I grew up, it was only about 45 minutes from there up 81 to go. We go watch the Roanoke Express all the time, in hockey. So definitely enjoyed that. And then the Salem Avalanche was right there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then Brian,
it's a good sports town around there.
Brian also mentioned an area, and Brian, I'm actually really proud you know this. San Antonio has their team. Well, Austin doesn't, but Austin has also put a bid. So that one most likely will not come to light.
What about me? What about me? I need a team.
People have been begging to have a second Pennsylvania team, and I think
I even wrote to the commissioner. He's like, "Where? How? You can put it in the Penguin Stadium. The Sixers do it. The Flyers do it. So the Penguins can do it. Whoever team can do it. So
we need another Pittsburgh team. We need another Pennsylvania team.
It's not possible. Yeah, it is possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
We'll just put it in your backyard. How's that sound?
That works.
That works. Who get free basketball all day?
Yeah, no, it might be a nightmare, but
Pensman Staples Center.
There you go.
There you go.
Put the Pensman logo right there. Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, but so you guys will see at least 2 new NBA franchises in the next 2 to 4 years. Most likely will be Seattle. Most definitely will be Seattle because that one is like if you look at the vote, like the percentage of how many people want the Seattle Supersonics, it's overwhelming. 100%. Actually, it's 110% that they want Seattle back. No duh, they should never have left in the first place.
They
I hate
never
what the
should
owners
have left
did.
him anyway.
Well, the old owners is what did them in. They really, they kind of shafted them. Unfortunately, it was a really sad way it happened.
I used to love hating the Sonics.
Oh, I hated playing the Seattle Sonics because I had to deal with my team had to deal with Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and all the others.
Oh yeah.
And, I mean, it was
I used to love hating against them.
Every time the Atlanta Hawks, they would be on like this a crazy run. Even Kevin Willis, when he played, they would be on this great run, right? And they go to Seattle, and then Seattle win. Not only would they win,
look at Brandon bringing back the old school names.
It'd be like 110 to 80. What?
Look at Brandon bringing back the old school names.
I know old school basketball. Duh.
Well, my team was the Bulls, so
I'm sorry. What team was it yours, Brian?
Hey, it was the Bulls all the way in the 90s and the 80s.
No, it was just the 90s.
I say those were some good matchups though in the West with Seattle and Utah, Stockton and the Glove, and then Postman and
Post
Kemp.
Malone,
Postman,
Karl Malone and Kemp and Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Those were good games.
Bill Russell only played for the Celtics.
He played for the Celtics back in like the 50s, 60s.
There was a Russell on that team, but I forget who it was.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So really excited. Welcome back, basketball. It's about darn time.
Hey, welcome back, basketball. Welcome back to let's just go ahead and have a hockey brawl right there on the middle of the basketball court the last couple of nights in the NBA as well.
Oh my God. Who are you kidding? That was insane. Like, if you guys don't know what he's talking about.
It was two different games, though. I know Charlotte and the Pistons got into it.
So
this other game also.
It was, I think it was Atlanta also, but the Charlotte game, that with the Charlotte with the Pistons, that was absolutely all on. It started with the hard foul on Charlotte over on a Detroit player.
Yeah.
And then it blew out of proportion.
Yeah. Diamante and Bridges, I think they got suspended 4 games. I know Isaiah Stewart got suspended 7 games for it. Mm-hmm. And let's see, who's the other one? Duran.
Yeah.
He only got 2 games.
Yeah, I got 2 games, and then everybody else got 4. It was insane.
It was insane though, and then the coach going off in the fourth quarter.
Yes. What was up with that too, man? That was so weird to see that.
That was a little ticky-tacky foul that they called. And he just that really set the tone for that fourth quarter, and Detroit kind of ran away with it from there. Had control.
I blame Pinsman.
You know what, Jay? You know what, Jay? Welcome back, Jay.
Blame Pinsman.
Oh, Jay and I go way back.
But you're now. I mean,
Jay likes to mess with me.
It's so crazy to see. Like, I remember back in the day, it was the bad boys. The Pistons were the bad boys. I remember that. Boy, do I remember that vividly. I remember the Malice of the Palace, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't remember that one, again, we use this phrase and they coin it a lot. You're living under a rock. I mean, that was one of the absolute most
South
insane.
Carolina fighters, Jermaine O'Neal, Ron Artest,
Meta World Peace. Please get his name.
Yeah. We're going to refer to the name at the time.
The artist formerly known as Ron Artest. I love it.
Yeah. Except he wasn't a symbol.
Exactly. Oh, but yeah, that was back in the day when basketball was more meaningful. My question, I have a good question for you guys. It's off topic, but knowing what we know about the 80s and the 90s and heck, even the early 2000s, do you think LeBron James could have handled back then or no?
No.
I agree. What do you think, Pinsman?
No.
What about you, Shane?
Yes, because I believe his play style would not be the same as it is now. He's got the frame. He's got the body. He has the size. He would not be one to go in there as a big man and be knocked.
You can see him going up against Patrick Ewing and all those guys?
Yeah, because
Really?
his play style would not be what it is now. It would be the same play style back then. He has the athleticism, the body, the do those things. But he would be generational because nobody shot outside of 25 foot that size back then. You got to look at it like
Yeah,
that
I was just about to say that comment right there. Thank you. He was more skilled like Carmelo. I don't know because Karl Malone was not a true. He was not a true inside threat. He was more of a hook shot threat. That's really what it was. Shane the Nut Owens. I love that.
He says he speaks the truth. Does he though?
I mean, hey, you think about it. Put his athleticism on dirt.
What about this then,
Shane? They could shoot just about the same if you're looking at career percentages. So you put his athleticism on Dirk's body in that time frame.
Yeah, but Magic Johnson was also a point guard.
Yeah.
Karl Malone was a power forward. He was more of a hook power forward. LeBron James just thinks I don't know if I wouldn't classify him as a small.
I mean, look what Sean Kemp did.
Yeah, Sean Kemp was.
Look what Sean Kemp did. You could relate those games perfectly to each other. Him and LeBron.
Well, you want to compare?
Yeah, now I get that. Actually, I'm going to say that too.
Are we actually going to compare LeBron and Charles Barkley or what? What are we doing here?
God no.
Okay then. Okay then. That's what I thought we were going to mention Charles Barkley next.
I'm saying that's an insult comparing those two. No, but I actually agree with you on that, Shane, because LeBron has very similar characteristics that Sean Kemp had.
You know,
except he can shoot. He's got a better shot from deep.
Yeah, that's true.
So you put all that together in that same time frame that you're looking at, and you can see what type of player he could be.
What were you saying?
LeBron versus Shaquille O'Neal would have been fun.
Oh yeah, that would have been. See the Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
He's fouling me.
No, Shaq.
He's fouling
me. Shaq could be on the other side and be like, "What I do?"
Oh yeah, Shaq would be clowning the whole time.
Shaq could be like, "Where I'm not even near him. How am I?"
Sit down, son.
You know that? I can see right now. I could see Shaq doing. It'd be a Tim Duncan situation with regards to the referee. He's sitting on the bench laughing, and the referee calls a tech on him and throws him out. I can see like LeBron's like, "He fouled me. Hear me? I'm on the bench. How am I hitting you?"
Dennis Rodman. What about if he?
Gosh, could you imagine Dennis Rodman and LeBron?
Oh, that would be.
Oh man,
LeBron would have quit after the first time dealing with Dennis Rodman's antics. That's one thing I will say. Rodman was a really good agitator, but he was a darn good basketball player. He was definitely one of those kind of guys that I'll be in your face from sun up to sundown. Do you remember the old show Everybody Hates Chris when the dad almost got into a fight with a bully, and he goes, "Wherever you're gonna be, I'm gonna be there. When you're in the shower, I'm gonna be there with you." That's when I could see like Dennis Rodman being like, "I'm gonna be right there in your face." Yeah. I could not see LeBron handling that type of antics. I really couldn't. I mean, I even question how he would handle.
Rodman hit me.
I even question how he would handle Ron Artest. Shane, it's so funny we talk about Ron Artest, but I mean, I really wonder. Rodman was a taller version of Draymond Green.
LeBron would swing at him.
Yeah.
But so would Ron Artest.
I know.
Yeah. Ron Artest was an interesting individual to say.
LeBron got fined $45,000 for punching Artest.
How about the Detroit Pistons back then too? How they destroyed Michael Jordan and them. Think about those teams that would just come up there and just clock you.
That's what they called the Pistons back then. They the bad boys.
Yeah.
They were the bad boys. What about this then, Shane? Put prime Ben Wallace against LeBron. Who wins that matchup?
I think LeBron could do it just because he could stretch the floor with Ben Wallace, and Ben Wallace really didn't have that much of a jump shot threat. He was a big body, but they're comparable in size.
I like how Shane's talking and he's not moving. That's pretty cool. No, I'm just kidding.
He's a ventriloquist.
Yeah, he's frozen. we can hear you, Shane.
I don't know. I can hear y'all, but I guess the video's gone out for a second.
But what about this then, Shane? You just said same body frame build and everything. Okay. I like where you're going in that direction. Gosh, there's so many. Arvydas Sabonis.
There you go.
What about Sabonis taking on LeBron? Could LeBron stop Sabonis?
I could. It'd be an interesting matchup.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just because you know, I think even at that, we're still talking about LeBron's athleticism still puts him quicker than anybody at the game at that time frame. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's and when really it was set plays and defense back then, that first step that's going to get you. You know, and that's all about athleticism and quickness. So, you know, it'd be a fun matchup, and it'd be great to go back and look at it and actually see it, you know, a time or two. But man, I think that he would fare off better than what y'all might be thinking right now.
I like this comment. You have to say though, LeBron wouldn't be whining like he does now because it wouldn't be tolerated. That is true. He would not be tolerated. But then there was another comment he made. Let's see.
He'd still be whining. He's still be whining.
LeBron's longevity wouldn't have been would be a whole lot less. That is true. He would, you know, we wouldn't have to sit here and deal with him screaming and crying left and right and up. I mean,
yeah,
there's some of those videos. There's some of those videos. He's not even touched, and I'm bleeding. Like, where are you bleeding from, dude? You haven't even touched. What are you bleeding on? Is it imaginary? There's that one, and this one was the absolute, you know, creme de la creme kind of LeBron flop that he did. Remember, they're going for a rebound. The dude is probably Brian's height. Brian's
ankle.
And LeBron, just for bleeps and giggles, say I'm LeBron James's build. I'm not, but just saying I am. And I'm going against Brian. They hit each other, and LeBron, oh God, it hurts so bad. And this is what he does. Like, really? Come on, dude. Oh God, LeBron. I could talk. Yes, he is a flopper. He's the flop. He's the fake. That's everything you want to call about him. He really is that way on there. It's just so aggravating.
You're good.
You know?
You're good, Shane. You're good.
Yeah,
Shane.
you're back, Shane.
Yeah, you don't have to move like a bobblehead.
Brian's not 6'4".
Well, I was making sure.
Jay, I can promise you, Brian is not 6'4".
5'10".
Yeah, I'm 6'5". So
He thought Brian was a flopper.
Jeez, Brian, you're getting thrown under the bus there, man.
I know I am, aren't I? I'm gonna have to bring out the show. I'm gonna have to bring out the videos and show everybody. You know, fadeaway shots,
yeah, especially the one with your eyes are closed.
Yeah, the one that they made with my eyes closed. Yeah, y'all all saw that one.
Your spin around shot.
Your spin around shot.
Fade
Your
away.
180 fade away that I would block 100% of the time. Look, the
around.
video. look, Jay said the video is black and white. That's the best. Oh my goodness, that's pretty good, Jay. Jay, I'm loving this, man. Keep doing these comments. These are awesome. All right, so let's get into it, guys. It's MLB talk again.
Antenna.
No, rabbit ears. You got to put the
Yeah, there
tin
you
foil
go.
on the head too.
There you go.
Put the tin foil on it too, and maybe just turn enough.
Hold on, Brian froze. Okay, that's better.
Brian, stop moving. Shooting in a wicker basket. Dang, Brian, you calling you? You're the same age as James
Thanks,
Naismith.
Dave, for commenting.
Oh, it's the best. All right, let's
But
get
wait a
into
minute,
it, guys.
Wait, Brandon.
You never
before
know
you
what
go
you're
to
going to
that-
get on the Sports Nuts.
well, okay. Since Jay just said that, actually, I'll just tell you a little story, and then we can go to that
right?
baseball. But no, we went to a reunion years ago, and we went to the old Cooley house in Chesney, and we went there. They actually did have a wicker basketball goal still in the tree. This was like, that was like 10 years ago that we went over there.
So you did this already?
No, it was an old. We went back to the old homestead.
I got one for you right here this time. This is a tribute to my grandpa. So my grandpa, I told you guys plenty of times, but Papa had 100 acres of land, and he actually also had a wicker basketball goal. He had the original basketball. Like, I kid you not, this ball, y'all, these basketball bat them are freaking huge, and they weighed a ton. But that's how I got my hook shot to be so good, is because I would every summer we'd go down to Mobile and see Papa, and I would work on my shots with that. Let me tell you though, that is not easy shooting on a wicker basket goal. It's darn near impossible, but shout out to my grandpa. I had a lot of fun. Let's get into it. MLB time. As you guys know, every Wednesday we talk about the MLB divisions. We give you our overall records, who wins the division, that kind of stuff. Well, today we're talking about the AL Central. So we're going to go right away to Shane. Shane, here are the teams: Cleveland Guardians, or Indians, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins,
babies.
the Detroit Tigers, the Kansas City Royals, or the Chicago White Sox. Let's go to the Cleveland Guardians. What is your overall record for the Cleveland Guardians?
I'm not sure. We've touched on all the other, divisions in the AL and the NL so far, other than the NL Central and the AL Central. But I say, man, the Indians, and I see, the same range as last year. About 80 to 85 wins. It's going to be a wide open, tough division. And you're not going to see a lot of disparity between the bottom and top teams in this division.
Go ahead and throw a flag on them if you want.
hey, I'm just going to call them what I've done.
Racist. Can't say Indians.
What are you going to say? What do you think
I'm
about
a Braves fan? So
yeah,
I think
we do the tomahawk chop.
We deserve the right, I guess you would say.
That's right. What about the Minnesota Twins? What do you say about the Minnesota Twins? Really, Minnesota? Why am I having struggles today? Minnesota Twins.
It's your age.
Minnesota.
I'm literally 2 months older than you.
Throw the flag. Throw the flag.
The Minnesota Twins, I would say, are going to be a little bit better than last year.
I hope so.
They've made some moves and stuff like that, but I'd say, man, they're right there in the same boat with Cleveland. About 80 to 85.
Shout out to our good friend Jim Leonetti, by the way. Guys, go check his story out. It's DNJ Glove Repair. I will repost his story tonight on the Facebook page. I promise you guys, you're going to love it. And he came on our show, so I will repost that episode too. It was really cool. Really honored that he came on. But all right, so let's go to the next one. Detroit Tigers. What do you say about them this year?
I could see a down year from them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even with Verlander coming back?
Yeah. I can see it. They're just lacking that big move that we expect them to make every once in a while. They haven't done it, and so I could see them having a down year, somewhere around 75 wins.
Oof. When was the last time they were really good? Was it back when Miguel Cabrera played with them?
Yeah, I'd say back 2014, around that.
So it's been about a decade.
Yeah, of course they had a couple good years, probably within the past 10, but nothing consistent like they were with Miggy and Jim Leland and all as the manager.
What about the Kansas City Royals? Obviously, the news came out that they're most likely leaving Kansas City, where to is still has not been it's TBD to be determined. But what do you think about the Kansas City Royals?
Oh man, Kansas City Royals. I could see them being at the bottom of this division this year. Just with the turmoil and you've got a couple good players on that team, but you don't have really anything that shouts we can put together wins. So I'm going to say bottom tier, probably 60 to 65 wins.
Wow. And yes, that is shameful that they're leaving Kansas City, but there is it looks most likely that it's going to happen. And then the other team that most likely is going to leave is the Chicago White Sox. They're talking about going to Nashville. What do you give them, Shane?
This is going to be one of your surprise teams that might end these talks this year. A possible good wild card seed coming in. being that they've put so many different pieces together. I don't think early on in the season they're going to be that great, but towards the end of the season they could gel, possibly get a 5-6 seed, and do some damage. But I see them right around that 85 win mark as well. So it's going to be a real close top 3 race for a wild card spot possibly, or that division crown.
I could see that. Who makes the play? Who, in your eyes, out of all the teams in that division, who wins the division? As you saw, one of our members, John, said that the Royals are going to win the division. Who do you think wins the division?
I think Cleveland will end up getting it again this year, just because they have that, some veteran and postseason, presence in that locker room. So I could see them winning the division, but I definitely see Chicago getting in as a wild card seed this year.
Could the Detroit Tigers win, or even the Chicago White Sox, can they win the AL pennant?
I'm not sure. I don't see it. I believe that these teams in this AL Central, they're decent teams, but they're not playoff built teams. They don't have that string of 2-3 starters in a row that you're going to look at. Albeit Cleveland's got a couple, but I don't see it too much here. But you never know when a team's hot getting into the playoffs.
It's anybody's game.
I think, it's anybody's game. So, but I don't see it with the other teams, especially coming out the AL East.
So, John, I also want to elaborate that Minnesota could also be on the move. The ownership has decided to sell the team, so we could actually see a whole new slew of teams in the AL Central. All right, Pensman, what about you? Give us your record predictions for the Cleveland Guardians / Indians.
I think they'll be good. They're one of the teams that are a sleeper. A lot of teams like, it's Guardians, don't worry about it. But you might want to Sean Khan, he's back. Jose Ramirez. I don't know if Josh Naylor's still on the team or not, but that team is solid. What they did to us in the playoffs that one year, we ended up beating them, but they gave the Yankees a fit a couple years ago when we made the World Series, but they almost came back. But don't sleep on the Guardians. They're a decent team.
What about the Minnesota Twins? What do you give them record-wise?
With Derek Shelton taking the management, we'll see how that goes. I see them being last in the division because of Derek Shelton. I saw what he did in Pittsburgh. So Derek Shelton's not a good manager. I can see him being a good bench coach, but manager, I see what he did in Pittsburgh, and I don't see anything happening spectacular.
What about the Detroit Tigers?
Tigers they just got Verlander, like you said. They got Farmer. They increased their pitching. I think they're going to be another sleeper team. I can see them being a threat. I have them winning 95 games.
That's one thing I will say about Detroit Tigers is they year in and year out, they are consistent for the most part. You are going to get at least 70, maybe even 80 right along that mark with them. So definitely I can see them being very consistent. What about Kansas City Royals?
I can see them. I'm telling you that Kansas City, they're going to go out. If they do leave, they're going out with a bang. I think they're going to be a better team than everybody expects. Again, in playoff, I think they've been fighting. I think I can see them 85 wins. So
I like that. All right. And then what about the Chicago White Sox? We need to get Marcus on to talk about this too. But what do you think about the Chicago White Sox?
I can see them being the last team in the division. I can see them going 30 wins.
Whoa. That would be worse than their last time when they set the record for the last 2 years ago.
They haven't done anything. If you hear anything,
I haven't heard anything on like any moves.
White Sox don't do anything.
Have made plenty of moves this year.
It's just been, I guess it's been quiet on my front because I haven't seen much on them.
must have been somebody from minor league or something, but I haven't heard any big news.
No. You're talking about Sean Newcomb. They just signed the #1 Japanese position player. And man, I'll tell you, they've added seven decent major league talented players.
I hope so. It would be nice to not be not to sit there and say the Chicago White Sox are the laughing stock of baseball.
They're close.
They're close. They are close. Yes. All right. So who wins in your eyes?
Richard says MLB's overrated.
Yeah. Who wins the division in your eyes, Pinsman?
I have the Guardians winning the division at 98 wins.
Could the Guardians win the AL pennant?
If they stay healthy in the playoffs, it depends who they have. And I don't see it happening. There's so many. They got Toronto. They got the Yankees. Baltimore. If they make playoffs, I don't see Guardians making the AL pennant.
Okay, so you're saying nobody in the Central will win the World Series then?
No.
Okay. All right, Brian. Let's go to you. Give us your record prediction for the Cleveland Guardians / Indians.
Guardians, 76 and 86. That's what my. So yeah.
So you have them below 500. Okay. What about the Minnesota Twins?
The Twins, 79 and through 80 wins, and then losses like 85, somewhere around there. Yeah.
What about the Detroit Tigers?
84 to 78. That's what I got.
What about the Royals?
85 to 77 losses.
All right. What about the Chicago White Sox?
69 wins.
So it sounds like you have it as a very weak division this year in the AL.
Yeah,
so I have to ask this: who out of there, who wins the division in your eyes?
I'm going to say the Royals do.
Wow. Okay.
And then second would be the Tigers, Twins, Guardians, and the White Sox. So that's how
do you think any of them can win the AL pennant?
I don't know. It'd be a tough though.
Nothing wrong with that, Richard. That's my team. I've been a diehard Atlanta Braves fan since 1989, so ain't nothing wrong. We're all pretty much, except for Pinsman, we're all diehard Braves fans. So there you guys have it.
Brian's a Cubs fan.
Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan.
But he also cheers on the Braves. He's told us that plenty of times. So as you guys, but he also wanted to give a shout out to the Clemson basketball, softball, hockey, soccer, whatever other team they had. No, I'm just kidding. Got a heck of
you forgot wrestling.
And wrestling, yeah.
Gummit. I agree. Okay, I got to ask you, John, how do you get a 0.4 of a win? That's comical. All right, so there you guys have it. We have told you guys our predictions. Next week we'll have another one on there. All right, now my guy Shane has 89.4. Yeah, I just want to know how you get it 89.4. All right, Shane, the floor is yours. Please tell us your sports story, man.
Oh yeah, well, as already mentioned in the comments, we've got a Daytona 500 qualifying coming on. So I want to highlight what FS1 is going to do in production with NASCAR. They're going to highlight probably the most iconic figure in racing of all time, and Dale Earnhardt with a special stemming from some interviews with Rusty Wallace and Kurt Busch, who were racing in that race at that time. They've got Ryan Blaney coming on, who was talking about he was 8 years old. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, some racers that are currently in the spotlight. Going to come on and talk about it, but and it's 25th year that on the last lap of the Daytona 500 in 2001. Dale Earnhardt got in a wreck and eventually lost his life. But they're going to highlight more than just that event. They're going to, talk about how an iconic person and business mind that kind of created the sport and, kind of who he was off the track as well. So just wanted to highlight that. Comes on tomorrow, FS1 at 10 o'clock. So y'all be sure to catch it. I know I definitely will probably probably have a couple tears in my eyes watching it. But
And if you didn't, Shane, then I would say you were a robot, because that absolutely is going to be fantastic to watch.
Yeah. I remember it. We were coming back from Folly Beach in 2001 from my uncle's 40th birthday party, and
I was
on the radio.
lunch.
On the radio, we heard it coming back. Mike Helton, who they're going to go into detail about how he had to make that call and everything, and how great of friends him and Dale Earnhardt were at the time and everything. So those iconic words. We've lost Dale Earnhardt.
We lost him. Yeah, I was at lunch with my friend. His name is Mina. I was at lunch with him, and we were watching it, and then all of a sudden, everything paused, and I think they ended up calling the rest of the race because he died.
No, it was on the last lap. So,
yeah, I remember it, and I was like, "This was."
They cut off all the celebrations, really, kind of.
Yeah, I was in sticker shock when I saw that. I was like, "This isn't real." And then, I got home, and my stepdad Dave was like, "Did you see what happened?" I'm like, "Yeah, is it real?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is real." And I was like, "This is not right. That it's Dale Earnhardt Sr. for crying out loud. The dude is synonymous with NASCAR. He did put NASCAR on the map with all his style of racing. There's a reason why I called him Intimidator. I mean, it's sad that, guys, I promise
Brandon,
you, if you got to watch it. What's up?
I want to talk to Shane for a second about that race.
Go ahead.
Can you, if you remember that wreck at the last lap? You remember that?
Yep.
I do too.
Remember? Do you guys remember Tony Stewart flipping?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Tony Stewart survived, and Dale Earnhardt. If I know what happened, I know all the autopsies and all what happened, but wouldn't it be a shock? Like, wouldn't it be Tony Stewart that would have lost his life? That was a gruesome wreck. Senior's wreck.
It was a more gruesome wreck, but as far as the impact, Tony Stewart coming from the IndyCar was a big advocate for the Hans device, which was eventually implemented by NASCAR after the wreck with Dale Earnhardt. Closed face helmet.
To this day, I still get blown away.
But I mean, you look at it last year, Ryan Blaney hit the wall, basically the same force of impact that Dale Earnhardt did, and walk away because of the safety measures of that incident that happened that day. So I mean, it's just one of those things. It's kind of freak. Like you could be playing a professional sport for years, and then go walk outside and slip on a rock and tear your Achilles.
Yeah, you're gone.
So it's just all
season's
kind of
over
one of
with.
those things where they kind of go back and forth, kind of hand in hand. You never know what might happen, but luckily with that happening, the safety measures were increased by NASCAR and implemented very quickly.
Basically,
so
everything
happened
at the right time in order for. It's not saying right for it because he died, but everything happened at the possible right moment for the impact that, unfortunately took Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s life. So it really is. It's a freak accident. You could do that same accident 100 times over, and you probably would lose somebody maybe 3% of the time, but it just happens to be at the exact moment that took his life. All right, so look, guys. We're going to talk now. We have our guy, Pinsman. Look, he has been, and guys, I promise you, he has been glued to this TV to watch all this hockey. All right, Pinsman, the floor is yours.
All right. If you guys don't watch my channel, you guys don't pay attention. Women's hockey's preliminaries just ended. USA defeated Canada yesterday 5-1. And if you're not paying attention to the women's, you got to start watching it because the USA women is averaging 5 goals a game. It is crazy how USA has worked together. Yes, Jay, USA. Yes, USA. I know, but the Germany's been playing good. They squeaked into the quarterfinals. Japan Brandon didn't even know what Japan was until he saw my short. So
I didn't know Japan they had a female hockey team. I knew what Japan was.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just letting you know that what's going on. You can't spam Jay, so just let you know. But just let everybody know I've been doing the women's, and I started doing the men's. The men's have just started today, so just tune in. I'll be covering the women's quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the gold medal game, and the men's primaries, and the gold, and the quarters, the semis, and whoever comes down. But the Canada women is trying to figure out what to do to beat USA, because we destroyed them 5-0 yesterday, so they're going to a goalie change, and we'll see what happens there. But just tune in. More shorts to come. I've been going at it left and right. I've been following it, I've been doing it on my channel, so it's been great hockey. If you want competitive hockey and you don't know what's going on, tune in my channel. I'll let you know what's going on. Back to you, Brandon.
Amen to that. We can't get enough hockey. I'm so excited
and
it's back.
And I'm so thankful for the 3 new subscribers I got. So keep subscribing. I'm trying to get to 2,500 by the end of the year. So
absolutely. All right, now comes our favorite segment. Yes, it is that time. It is the honorable mentions. What we do is we talk about 1 to 3 stories in the sports that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of, or they just don't cover up. All right, my first one. And there was one. Yes, shout out to the Miami of Ohio Red Hawks men's basketball team. 4-0, and they're the only team left undefeated in college basketball. Arizona lost Monday night against Kansas, which that was actually a really good game. They only have 7 more regular season games. Could they finish 31-0? That's a real good possibility. So we'll see. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, sir.
My first honorable mention, I'm going to go with kind of the theme that I've been going all week, with it being Daytona week. My shout out goes to NASCAR and their promotion department. They set a record yesterday with the Guinness World Book, loudest billboard ever. They had it down in Times Square as part of their new promotion. There's a Hell Yeah promotion that they have going on. They had a next-gen engine that actually competes on the racetrack in the billboard. They started it up and set the record at 133.7 decibels.
Wow.
There in Times Square.
That's
so
loud. That's really loud. Dang.
Shout out to NASCAR on that.
Yeah, I saw that, Shane. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty loud. All right, Mike, give us your first honorable mention, sir.
Well, baseball season's coming up, so we got over it. Like I said earlier on the start of the show, Brian had a good Super Bowl show. Football season's over. New England Patriots took the loss. They're still stuck at 6 Super Bowls. So if you're a Patriots fan, yeah, we gotta wait till next year. So football's officially over. So now we look to baseball. So thankful for baseball and NASCAR being on there, and UFL's coming up starting in March. So more sports to come.
That's right. All right, Brian, give us your first honorable mention, sir.
I'm going to give it to, I guess, every worker in the town. Every day you don't think about, about these workers like Pensman and everything working. You got to give it to some of these guys and girls that work every day in the city and the states and everything that does road work. So, because they got to be safe. So, something different.
Amen.
So, yeah.
I like that. I gotta give my next honorable mention. I gotta give a huge shout out to the Lady Eagles 8U team. That's my team, my coach, and my daughter's team. Yeah, we did lose on Monday. Tuesday's game was actually pretty good until the end. We ended up tying, unfortunately. But it was I gotta commend all the girls. They played their hearts out. It is the final regular season game is this Friday. I gave a shout out to Coach Cassie, who coaches the Wren 8U basketball team. She will be there as well to cheer us on. If we win, we are playing on Tuesday. If we lose, we play on Monday for the playoffs. So we will be in the playoffs. We play until Thursday, which is on the 19th, which is the championship game. Did I tie because of coaching? It's actually no. So In the league I'm in, it's with Powdersville Plays, who we are with. They are only an hour long. They don't have overtime games, unfortunately. So we ended up tied. So that's why we were tied. I'm actually a very very good coach. I have over 160 wins as a coach. Just putting that out there. So, but I want to give a shout out to all my girls. I do also want to. I know they're not watching, so I'm gonna make this announcement. We do have our team MVP. It was voted on by the parents. I am very excited for this young lady. She really came out of herself. She was scared to play basketball at first. She actually did cheerleading, and this is a story that I really am excited to share with everybody too. And it actually really tickles my heart that she said this, because she was scared to play basketball. She was interested in it. Well, her mom and dad asked, do you want to do cheerleading? She said, no, I don't want to do cheerleading anymore. Coach Brandon really opened my eyes up to basketball, and I really enjoy it, and I want to play long-term with basketball. I was nervous about it, but I have had an absolute amazing time, and I want to continue playing basketball. That really melts my heart that she fell in love with one of the greatest games to ever walk the face of the earth. And her name is Tegan. She is our MVP. So giving a shout out to Tegan for an amazing season. So stay tuned. You guys will know on Friday how we won. And don't listen to these knuckleheads here, because they're gonna call me Bobby Knight 2.0. But yeah,
it's been close. Let me tell you,
I've been close. I've been this close.
I don't know what
You've
you're
been
talking about.
closer.
So, but yeah.
I called you Krzyzewski. So
yeah. So I definitely want to give a shout out to throw a chair. I want to give a shout out to my Lady Eagles. I'm so proud of these girls. And just seeing them grow. I mean, we have one girl in there, y'all. She's 6 years old, and she's even come out of her shell. And that's what makes it so much more enjoyable, is seeing these young ladies turn into amazing athletes. And I love it. Just shout out to them.
I
All right, Shane.
don't know if you remember or not, but when I was down there, because of your age, I don't know if you remember, but I called you Krzyzewski.
Okay, folks, by the way, I'm going to let you know, on this whole picture right here, the oldest one is this one. This one is the oldest one. This little clown head right here, I'm only 3 months older than him. 3. Shane is still the baby, though, by the way. He's still in diapers.
Yeah, but do you remember me calling you Krzyzewski?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's Coach K.
Yes, I do. Yes, Jay, I do. I'm 160 and 18 as a head coach. That's how good of a coach. Am what a difference Herrick makes. You know what? Look, I don't even care. You got jokes, Jay. You got jokes tonight.
Hey.
The only one that's bold in here is Shane. So.
Your hair goes way back like 4 flaps on a Cadillac, though.
You're so funny, Shane. Yes, I'm 160 and 18. Yes. I want you also, Jay, Google this coach, Ron Puglisi, Roswell, Georgia. That's who I played under. He coached at Roswell High School. There's a rule now that it'll never happen again because of the way the ruling is. We finished the season 32-0. The most you can win in a regular season now in high school is 24. You can't go any higher. So it's the rule change that happened. But yeah, we went 32-0, and I did it all because of Coach Puglisi. Oh, nice. I actually am from Roswell. That's where I grew up, was Roswell, Georgia. So I know where Jefferson is very well, close, just right outside of Gainesville. So, all right, Shane, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
My next honorable mention is going to go out to Kobe Bryant, the Super Bowl winning quarterback. Recreated Kobe Bryant's iconic picture after the Super Bowl win, where the Mamba, he was in that leather varsity jacket, and had on the hat. Had the bottle of bubbly between his legs and the trophy in his arms, cradling it. And he went ahead and recreated that. It was kind of one of those things that you kind of see and like, oh man, that's iconic, and it's pretty cool that he was able to do that, especially with the same name, but sort of really.
You know what I noticed this too, Shane? There's Atlanta has the Kobe Bryant. And then Seahawks have a Kobe Bryant. That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. I love your shout out.
You used to have a kicker named Matt Bryant.
Yeah, Matt was his name. All right,
Yeah.
Benjamin, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
The honorable mention is the Olympics that are going on, and they are taking over the TV. If you don't watch them, then you live under a rock. There's good Olympics, more to come. So, no matter what you watch, it's still entertaining. Even the curling, it's still entertaining.
Wait, Shane, you heard it. He gave a shout out to curling as good entertainment.
Yeah,
You
but you see the quote?
I don't see the quotes. I heard him say he likes curling. Oh, I'm so proud of
You heard wrong. That's the age again. You hear things. I said.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
All right, Brian, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
I'm going to give it to all the Olympians and coaches and everything. They have a lot of pressure on themselves. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't do it. There's a lot of pressure on those, young ladies and young men that are out there just going at it full speed, and they're not even holding back. So you got to give them all those credits for the whole
all that hair
team.
covering his ears.
Ted's going off tonight.
Jay, you got jokes, man. I love it. And by the way, Jay, the two players that won Super Bowls that I played with is Jermaine Phillips. He played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was drafted in the 5th round, and then he ended up moving up to the starting position because the starting safety went out, and Jermaine won the Super Bowl. Well, also the year that the New Orleans Saints won the Super Bowl, Chris Reese, who recovered the onside kick for New Orleans to start the second half, I played right beside him, actually. So that was pretty cool that I had that claim to fame on there. All right, my next honorable mention, shout out to the University of Alaska at Anchorage. Why? Wait, what? Anchorage, Alaska? Yes. And you guys are I'm about to knock your socks off. Well, they reached out to the Pac-12 2.0 about joining as a full-time member. But wait, don't you need to have a football program to be considered a full member? I'm so glad you asked that question. I'm going to show you guys a picture, and this is real. I promise you, this is very real, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that's University of Anchorage, Alaska's football helmets. They have applied to have a football team start up in the next 5 years. It's either 5 to 7 years. It's 5 to 7 years. They will be joining the Pac-12 as a full-time member with a football program. They should be joining in the next 3 to 5 years as a Pac-12 member, but the football team in Alaska. Think about that for a second, y'all. You're playing, you're in college football, and you get to go play in a place like Anchorage, Alaska. Like,
that'd actually be fun.
That'd be pretty neat. I'd be down for that. I really would.
I know.
So shout out to the University of Alaska at Anchorage.
So Brandon, would it be nighttime games then? No daytime games?
It'll be all daytime. Yes, dome. It is going to be in a dome. Yes, absolutely, it will be a dome. The stadium that they're applying to have be built, it will according to reports, it will hold 32,500 seats. That's pretty big for Anchorage, considering that the entire state is 4.5 million people. And by the way, the entire state of Alaska is almost the entire West Coast and part of the Midwest combined. That's how big it is. It's the largest state in the union. So, it's going to be a huge facility. I'm really excited that it's coming. Thank God we get to see more football. I mean, and Alaska is a bucket list destination. I'll let you go visit. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Shane, give us your next honorable mention, sir.
Well, my last honorable mention is going to go out to Mr. Charlie Woods. He went ahead, committed to the university, Florida State University, to play golf past high school. He's still got one more year of high school, so he's class of 2027. He's already won 2 state championships out of the 3 years that he's been there, looking to go and repeat and do it a third time. So it'd be interesting to see. They also got the number 1 PGA amateur player in that same class coming to Florida State. So they were just runners up in the national championships in 2024. So look for him to have a good college career. Everybody thought he was going to follow his dad and go to Stanford like his sister's at. She's a freshman this year there, but he said, no, we're going to stay down in Florida and compete down there.
I like that. And to answer your question, Jay, they are the Sea Wolves. That is the answer for them. Is they are the Sea Wolves. So really excited about that one. All right, Pensman, give us your final honorable mention, sir.
Don't have any. I
Okay.
did, but I don't have any.
All right, Brian, give us yours.
I don't have any either.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I got one more to give. And I want to say this. The injury bug has yet again started to rear its ugly face for the Atlanta Braves.
No, they're being smart. Don't even start that.
Spencer Schwellenbach is out for at minimum the next 60 days, but actually could potentially be season ending already. He has to have surgery to have bone spurs and inflammation removed, but also Joe Jimenez has starting the season on the 68-day IL, but again, that also could be season ending. So hopefully this is not a sign of things to come, because we don't need the stupid, ugly injury bug there. So get away from it. We don't need that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Calm down, Debbie. Calm down.
And then look, this also holiday
Debbie.
Orioles went under surgery.
All right.
Yes, that is absolutely. Holiday got hurt, and then also our guy John, if you're still watching, let everybody know what you had shared about the injury, about a person who's getting surgery as well. And I'm trying to find his text that there was a player that also Francisco Lindor is having surgery on his leg. Good God, the injury bug that's crazy.
What a shame! What a shame! New York Met going down before the season starts. What a shame!
Also, before we go wrap up the show, I do want to give a special shout out to James Vanderbeek. Yes, Dawson, as people say. I don't want to wait. Yes, unfortunately,
Mox.
Yeah, that's true. Because he was on Varsity Blues, but unfortunately, he passed away today. He was battling stage 3 colon rectal cancer. In other words, that's colon cancer. So make sure get screened. It takes no matter of no time to get screened. Screening, early detection is the best defense against anything. Yep, he was only 48 years old. So it was really give a shout out. Sad that he passed away. Like I said, I will not be here on Friday, but Friday the 13th, it is episode 196. It will be held by Matt and Shane, Mike and Brian, and we might have Ralph as well from RW Media coming on as well because of the basketball game. So you guys will have a good opportunity to have a Brian's age. So you will get the opportunity. You still have a good show lined up. We promise you guys on that one. Monday the 16th. Again, I will I will know after Friday if I will be there, but if not, we still have a good episode. Our good friend Nick Beckman, he is the PA or public address announcer for Seattle University, the Red Hawks basketball program. It is for both men's and women's, but he will be coming on, and it will still be hosted by both Matt and Shane, Mike and Brian. And again, not everybody might not come on. It's okay that you'll still have Matt and Shane for sure, and Brian. You'll still have them. It's okay. Really good quality content. I promise you're not going to be disappointed in that one. They provide excellent content. So stay tuned for that one. And then we have a lot more guests that we have lined up. I'm not going to share just yet because I'm still trying to ink down days. But we have a lot of good stuff. A good friend of mine.
And Brandon, don't forget about Sunday for me.
Yeah, Brian will be doing the Daytona 500. So make sure you guys tune in to Tiger Stripes Media. This gentleman right here, can't miss him. Brian will be doing a live reaction to the race. So make sure you guys tune in that one. We have a lot of good guests coming up as well. I will let you guys know. We have one friend of ours. He came on when we did episode 100. He's coming on episode, hopefully 200. His name is Kanoa Leahy. Shane just disappeared. Kanoa Leahy, he is with Spectrum Sports Hawaii. He covers all the University of Hawaii basketball and football. And also want to give another shout out to the University of Hawaii. They do have officially 9 nationally televised games slated because of the new television deal with the Mountain West Conference. And I promise you guys, if the Hawaii rule does take effect, which like it's going to, Brian, with what University of West Georgia is actually going to be traveling out to Hawaii at the end of the season. Our good friend Devin Bice, the offensive line coach for now University of West Georgia, used to be at Presbyterian. They're going out there to play. So there's a good chance that. So, Jay, I'm so glad you mentioned that. We actually are going out to Hawaii when New Aloha Stadium opens. So we are being flown out there for 10 days. So we'll do some of our episodes out there. But we are being honored by the school because of all that we have done. We broke the news. Actually, Shane broke the news. I mean, I had the news before him, but Shane was the one that asked now former athletic director Craig Angeles about what is the update with Nike and Hawaii as far as apparel, and his reaction was, you guys do have good sources. I'm surprised you learned about this, but we were the ones that broke that Hawaii and Nike were having an apparel deal. It went viral, 8.25 million views and listens combined. So go out and check that short, and also watch that episode 55 or 56 for us is what Craig Angeles came on. It was a really good episode. Really excited. All right. With that being said, for everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you guys. Seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, we are one comment away from 130 comments tonight. Who can give us that 130? We greatly appreciate it.
Come on, Jay.
Brian,
you can do it.
Come on, Jay. Yeah. Brian, give us your goodbyes, sir.
Well, it's like Brandon said, I will be streaming the NASCAR race and the reaction, and I'll start about 1. I don't know. It's going to start about 2:30, but I'll start at about 2:00. So if
there it is.
Anybody wants to go there, go to subscribe to Tiger Stripes Media, and also you can find me on multiple platforms like X, YouTube. And the last thing I want to say is be kind, be safe, and love each other.
Amen to that one. All right, Benjamin, give us your final goodbyes, sir.
Can I make an announcement that I talked to you about earlier?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will be limited to the shows. I'll still be on the shows, but I'll be limited because of work, and I don't want to upset the host. So I'll still be on here and there. But
Brian, he didn't want to upset you, Brian.
I know.
Yeah. So that's it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that Yankees baseball is coming up. Jay, tune in because you know how much you love the Yankees. Brandon loves the Yankees. Shane loves the Yankees. So tune in. Yankees baseball coming up. So got that coming up. I've got to finish this tournament up. So a lot more stuff coming up on Pensman Sports. So tune in. So need 2,500 by the end of the year. That's my goal. So help me get there. So, and Jay, subscribe to the Sports Nuts as well. So
I love how you northern folks say tournament. It cracks. Matt says that same way too. Tournament. It just cracks me up on that one.
Hey, Brandon, can we do the breaking news?
I don't know. Can we?
Yeah, we got a breaking news.
This better be breaking news.
Brian's retiring.
No. Justin Allgaier has made it into the Daytona 500. They just announced it just a minute ago. So Dale Jr. will be his car will be racing again in the Daytona 500. So he made it in there.
Nice.
Oh, good. A reason for me to watch Daytona again.
Yeah. All right, Shane, give us your final goodbyes, sir.
Yeah, well, as always, man, we appreciate y'all out there watching and listening to us. We're just a group of buddies who likes to talk a little bit of sports, and y'all think that we know a little something. So we do appreciate it. But as always, may the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease, indeed. Guys, our good friend Matt would always tell you, of course, he gets his days confused, but he'd be like, a weekend's coming up. You're going to partake in some adult libations. So if you're going to drink, don't drive. Just call an Uber. You don't want to get flagged in the game of life, because if you do, we ain't bailing you out of jail. You can be in there till at least Tuesday. Yes, you'll hear them whoops behind you if you're drinking and driving. So keep your nose clean and don't get pulled over. If you're going to drink, stay home or car ride share, either one. But I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down. Why? It's the greatest sports city there ever was. You guys have a fantastic week. I will see you next week, but you will still see everybody else here. Until then, go Lady Eagles. I want you guys to also have a fantastic evening, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Until then, enjoy this outro. Good night.